Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. It's beautiful for Tom Cruise because Top Gun Maverick has absolutely stormed this weekend's box office, taking a staggering domestic 124 million. Don't worry, the international box office has not been updated. It didn't do just 430,000. So 124 million. If we just have a look-see down at the bottom here, it took 19.3 million on the Thursday, 52 million on the Friday, 38 million on the Saturday, and 34 million on the Sunday, giving a grand total of 124 million. If you didn't watch this week's Friday Night Tights, we had a discussion about Top Gun Maverick. I saw it myself. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Yeah, there was a bit of nostalgia bait in there for sure. And yeah, you could argue that it's actually a sort of remake of the first Top Gun in a way. But it's character driven. The story isn't the most complicated and it's laid out very clearly at the beginning of the movie. No, this is a character piece. This is a movie about Tom Cruise getting older, his affiliations to his Top Gun class at that time, obviously with Goose being killed in the first movie. Spoilers? It was 35 years. Okay, never mind. Bringing back Val Kilmer as Iceman for a great little segment in there. But this was really about the relationship between Tom Cruise and the new crop of Top Gun masters. I don't know what you want to call them. They're good at flying planes. But what was really kind of the hook for me was even if it was faux, was the practical side of it, the practical effects. The film looked real. It looked genuine. When they're in the planes, it looked like they're in the planes. When they're flying through canyons, it looked like they're flying through canyons. It didn't look like a CGI mess. And so for the first time probably since Beverly Hills Cop, when they do that segment with Axel Foley hanging off the back of the truck, I really felt genuine kind of when they were sort of flying through areas and up in there and dogfighting and all that kind of stuff. It was fantastic. Aesthetically, it was fantastic. It was a great little story, a great little character piece, and it got me. It just absolutely hooked me in. So well done. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But let's see, 124 million is a lot. But how does that compare to something like The Batman? Okay, so you probably think, the Batman's going to have left this in its dust. Well, believe it or not, The Batman took 134 million at its opening weekend. So that's only 10 million more. And obviously The Batman, with this whole era of superhero movies that are being thrust upon us, not massively from DC, but certainly from Marvel. They're just bukakeing them all over our faces right now. But 134 million, which is a good opening, a very good opening, very solid opening indeed, is only 10 million more than Top Gun, which bodes well for Top Gun doing some good numbers overall. Of course, we'll have to see what the international is, but it seems to have been, from what I can see around the interwebs, it seems to have been received very well indeed. Now, I will compare it to the Behemoths at the end of the video, but let's just have a look at three specific Marvel movies, shall we? Black Widow, The Eternals, and Shang-Chi. So we have Black Widow, which took at the opening weekend 80 million. So Top Gun has outdone that by 44 million. And people that, if you want to say, well, it's not really the main Marvel. No. You. This is what Marvel are producing for Phase 4 in the MCU right now. They're pushing out a bunch of intersectional movies. And this is what they're getting. So they started with an 80 million weekend. And as we can see, it didn't do a massive gross, full stop. Black Widow lost money. The Eternals, 71 million at the opening weekend. So it's almost 55 million more Top Gun has managed to do. Top Gun Maverick, a sequel 35 years in the making. Then the Eternals, which again ended up with a 402 gross on the box office and lost money. Let's have a look at Shang-Chi, which broke about even 75 million opening weekend. So again, it's 50 million almost more than Shang-Chi did. And we know how Simu Liu was screaming from the rooftops about what a success and F you to all those YouTubers that said this movie was going to fail. Shang-Chi just barely broke even. Might have made a gnat's pube. Simu Liu's... Shut up, woman! Of profit. But it did barely nothing. So Top Gun is absolutely going to ride the shit out of that sea biscuit. Doctor Strange, of course, had a storming opening weekend, 187 million. But still, you think about it, that's, 60 million more. And this, of course, is hot off the heels of, boom, Spider-Man No Way Home, which did 260 million in its opening weekend. Holy shit. Over double of Top Gun Maverick. But of course, you know, the reason why I'm using these superhero movies as a comparison as opposed to anything else is the fact that Top Gun Maverick has done so well in its opening weekend. There's nothing else to compare it to. Superhero movies are the only thing to compare it to. And it absolutely smashed the dick off 3 of them. And it rivaled Batman, which ended up with a 768 or something worldwide. And it's already now available to rent. And the 4K's coming out soon, or I might even have it. I'm not sure yet. It's coming soon anyway. I've got it on order. So that's the only thing that you can truly actually compare it with. Everything else at the box office can't touch this. And it just shows, again, because Top Gun Maverick didn't have any identity politics in it. It didn't have any intersectional feminism in it at all. It was a straight down the middle action flick with great characters. He wanted to tell a very simple story, but a powerful story about a guy coming to terms with how old he is now, coming to terms with, still not been able to come to terms with the death of his wingman, Gooseman, from the first, Anthony Edwards, who went on to have a very successful career with the TV series ER, of course, after that. But it just shows that this is what people want to watch at a cinema. They want to watch films which don't or aren't full of identity politics, aren't full of intersectional feminism, aren't in essence woke, don't have partisan politics in. They just want good stories told, exciting movies, or good character pieces. That's what they want. And you could say, how come Spider-Man did so well? Or how come Doctor Strange? And you said that. Doctor Strange has slowed down dramatically from its rocket start. And it did have a rocket start. But it is slowing down absolutely dramatically now. I don't think it's going to hit 1 billion. And after that first weekend, it looked like it was going to soar past 1 billion. Maybe do 1.2, 1.3. Now, it's struggling, and I don't think it's going to make it there. I really, truly don't. I think it's going to end somewhere around 900 million. Now, 900 million is nothing to be sniffed at. But again, I think Marvel, when they did the reshoots on something like Doctor Strange and crammed in all those cameos, they really thought that that was going to be the hook to get all the people into the cinema, just like Spider-Man did. But unlike Spider-Man, these were shoehorned in cameos. And Spider-Man No Way Home very much had an idea about what they wanted to do with the other Spider-Men, with Tobey Maguire, with Andrew Garfield, how they would fit into the story, how they would matter, how their characters would matter, which is something that Doctor Strange's cameos didn't. And it was a laughable film. So Top Gun Maverick, well done. What an absolute storming start domestically. We'll see what the international is probably in a couple of days' time. And then we'll see where it goes from there. But it's a holiday weekend in America. So it could have a very good Monday as well to boot. That's boot. Hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you very soon. You take care. Bye for now.